Hey guys, so welcome to another video. So today I'm going to show you certain concepts you need to learn before you start trading, and most importantly before you start scalping. So when you get into a trade, you want to see the trade launch, so you want to see these impulsive moves, and you don't want to sit in the trade and you see it ranging or consolidating. So for every trade you get in, say be it a buy, be it a sell, you need the trade to move in your direction. So you need this impulsive movement. So there's certain concepts you need to understand, and I'm going to show you two concepts here, very important concepts, and these concepts override any strategy. So it's not about the strategy, it's just you understanding when certain things happen in the market, and then you use this in your favor, and then you combine this with the strategy you're looking at, and it's going to help you massively. So there are two things I'm going to show you, and I'll go straight to the charts, like right here. So the first thing we're looking at is market sessions. So when you understand how market sessions work, you understand why during certain periods of your trading day, you have consolidations, and then during certain periods, you have these impulsive moves, be it to the downside or to the upside. So when you take a trade, let's say you're going in for a buy, and you had a consolidation before. So what you need to see is a movement like this. And if you're going for a sell, you want to see price moving to your direction. So when you get in a trade, this is not the part where you want to be in. This is the area where you want to be in. So when you understand market sessions, it's already a game changer for you. So basically, we're not going to go deep into market sessions, so I'm not going to explain everything about market sessions, because I understand, like most of you understand already what market sessions is, and all you need to do is combine this information with what you're trading or with your strategy and see how you can improve or make it more profitable. So real quick, yeah, so you have 4 sessions. You have the Asian session, you have the London session, and then you have the New York session, and you can divide this into 2. So you have the Sydney session and the Tokyo session. So the Sydney session starts at 10 p.m. and we're using GMT time, and it ends at 7 a.m. in the morning. So 7 a.m. This starts at 11 p.m. and then it ends at 8 a.m. in the morning. Now the London session starts at, you have 8 a.m. and it ends at 4 p.m. and then the New York session starts at 1 p.m. and it goes all the way to 9 p.m. So the important thing about market sessions is you're looking for periods where there's high volume that is being traded. So the Asian session has the lowest volume that is being traded compared to the London session and the New York session. So you want to place yourself between, say, the London session and the New York session, because you understand that there's going to be high volumes that is traded during this period. So the most important thing about the London and the New York session is the period of the overlap. So when you look at the London and the New York session, so 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm going to put it here. So let's do this real quick. So you have London session, New York session. So this is a session where you really want to focus on the London session and the New York session, because there's something here. So you have 8 a.m. when this opens in the morning, and it goes all the way to like 4 p.m. So I'm going to put 4 p.m. right here. And then the New York session opens at 1 p.m. and it completes its move, say, at 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. we'll put 9 p.m. here. So there's a period where you have London traders. So there's a period where you have London traders and New York traders coming together to trade. So you're having 2 giants in the market at this time. So you have London traders and then you have New York traders. These 2 sessions are the most traded sessions in the Forex market or in this industry. So there is high volume that is being traded here. There's more liquidity that is being seen during this market sessions. So you have this period of, say, 1 p.m. when the New York session opens to 4 p.m. when the London session closes, where there is this London-New York overlap. So during the London-New York overlap, you're expecting massive moves to come in. You're expecting this explosive moves to come in the market, and that's because you have 2 giants in the market at a time the London session and the New York session. Now you can use this to your advantage. You can combine this, and I'm going to show you on the charts as well. So let me clean this real quick, and then we'll move directly to the charts. I'll show you this on the charts as well. So I'll put this right here, clean this real quick, and let's look at the chart. So now when you look at the chart, so this is say on the hourly time frame. The first thing you need to understand is what time frame can you use to understand or to appreciate the market session. So for example, if you on the daily time frame like this, it's so difficult for you to see how the market sessions play out, because all you have here, it's a single daily candle, like right here. This is a single daily candle, and it's difficult for you to see how the Asian session played out, the London session, then the New York session. So personally, I like using lower time frame. So you want to step to lower time frame, say the 5-minute time frame or even the 1-minute time frame, because these time frames are going to show you everything that is happening. So what you're looking for on these lower time frames is sessions where you have consolidations, and then sessions where you have explosive movement. So to do this, I think the easiest thing you can do is you can use indicators on your chart. So I'm going to do this real quick, and you can look for an indicator, for example this one, JRFX addict. So when you add this indicator on your chart, I'll make this big again. So you want to customize this indicator, for example. So the Asian session, I'm going to use red. I'll put this on 55 just to make it visible. And then for the London session, I'll use yellow. We'll give this 55 as well. And the New York session, we can use blue, and we'll give this 55 as well. All right, cool. So you have all your sessions here. So hold on, red 55 for the Asian session. All right, cool. So I think my internet is lagging a little bit, but I'm going to show you real quick again. So you have the Asian session, the London session, and the New York session. So you want to place yourself between the London and the New York session, and most importantly during the London New York overlap, because these are the periods where you see massive moves coming into the market. Now let's take a pair, for example. So the pair I'm looking at right here is Euro USD. So notice what happens here, and you can do this without this indicator. The reason I'm using this indicator is just for you to see the difference in terms of the colors, because with the colors it makes it easy for you. So you notice something between the London session. So from here, which is like 1 p.m, like right here. Oh, I'll have to change the timing as well. So let me change this timing real quick. So my time now is LA time. So let's say I'm using the London time, for example, or I was born in Cameroon, so let me use Cameroon. So those in Cameroon is going to favor you as well. And the closest one we can have or use if you're in Cameroon, so let's say we need Lagos. I think Lagos is +1. So let's use this, which is like in Nigeria. So let's use something like that. All right, guys. So now you know the colors. So we have the red color that signifies or tells you what happened during the Asian session. You have the yellow color that shows you what happened during the London session. And you have the blue that is for the New York session. And then this is a period where we really want to focus on the London New York overlap. So this period right here is a very important point in the market, because you have the London traders coming in and you have the New York traders coming in. So during this period you're expecting massive movement in the market. So this, now I'm just showing you this going off of market sessions. So this period of overlap, this is what you're looking for, this massive move, because when you go in you're looking for periods to exit. So again, notice what happens during the Asian session. There is this consolidation. The early hours of the London session as well, there is this move. But the London New York overlap, say 9 out of 10 times, gives you massive moves compared to any other session. So let's do this again real quick. I'm just going to go again and look for another point where you have this massive moves again. Okay, this is another one. So like right here, you have another period of consolidation. So notice what happens during the Asian session. You have consolidations during the Asian session. Again, during the early hours of the London session, you have some consolidation, and you can argue and say, all right, there is some movement here during the early hours of the London session, but compare this movement to this movement right here. So during the overlap period, you're having massive movements as well. So this happens, say 8 out of 10 times, or maybe 9 out of 10 times, and this is another one right here. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for this consolidation that comes in during the Asian session, because less volume is being traded during the sessions. And so during the early hours of the London session as well, you have some consolidation, but notice how massive the drop happens during the London New York overlap. And as you go in, say during the ending hours of the New York session, now you have a consolidation leading again into the Asian session. So you can do this, you can test this on different pairs as well and see how it works. I'm going to look for another point like right here real quick. So notice what happens during the Asian session again. So during the Asian session, you have a consolidation, early hours of the London session, another consolidation. If you are scalping, this is where you really want to place yourself in. So you're looking for this area where you have this massive moves, and that is, say, the London New York overlap. Let's use another pair like GBP USD. So we'll just go through a couple of pairs. So GBP USD, so let's go to the most recent price action. This is it happening today. So notice what happens again during the overlap period. So the overlap period gives you this massive moves. So you compare this move to the upside or this move to the downside. It's nothing when you compare it to this. So this is the move you're looking for, and this is the period where you really want to come in the market, or this is the period where you want to time your entries and everything, the London New York overlap. And if you're scalping, again, I'm telling you, it's going to help you because you're not trying to stay in the market for long. So you just want to go in and then you go out. So this is another one here real quick. So early hours of the London session, there is this consolidation, but notice what happens during the overlap. There is this massive movement, and once this overlap is over, so once the London traders leave and all you have now is just the New York session, price starts to consolidate again. So timing is very important, and the pair selection as well is very important. So I'm going to take a quick example again. This happened during the Asian session. I'm not focused on that. And again, it happens 8 out of 10 times. So let's see real quick, another one right here. So notice the movements that come in during the overlap. It's usually very massive. So you see this massive movements during this period of overlap. And when you compare it to what happens during the Asian session, there is this consolidation right here. Now, this is GBP USD. So let's take another pair. Let's say US 30, which is on indices. So I'll do US 30 real quick, and we can do FXCM. So the first two pairs were just currency pairs. So I'm going to show you again with, say, US 30. So now you focus on what the period of overlap. So notice what happens during the Asian session. Massive consolidation here. Early hours of the London session, there is not a lot that is being traded during this period, but during the overlap period, you had this movement that is coming in. Now this came in like corrective, but when you compare this movement to this and this, you see that the overlap period gives you massive movement compared to the other, or compared to the previous sessions. So let's do this real quick. Again here, consolidation during the Asian session, early hours of the London session, consolidation. There is a massive movement here compared to these sessions, and then leading into the New York session, there was this impulsive move. So again, not like you really want to see these impulsive moves during this overlap period. And as I told you, it's going to happen 8 out of 10 times or 7 out of 10 times. So sometimes you can see these movements during this period, or during this period, or even say periods like the Asian session, but 8 out of 10 times you have this massive movement during the overlap period. So that's where you really want to focus on. So let's see. This is not clear. All right, this one. All right, cool. So you're looking at this right here, period of consolidation. The movement is not a lot. Now compare this movement, compare it to the early hours of the London session, then compare it to the overlap period. Now this is massive compared, so this move is massive compared to this and compared to this. Now you can flip this as well. This is another period right here. Notice what happens during the overlap period. There's this massive movement. You're comparing it to this one, and this is when you compare this to the previous ones, this and this is massive compared to the previous ones. So you can do this on other pairs as well. Now this move came in during the London session. That is not my concern. So let's look at this. All right, this is a good one. So you're looking at this, there's a consolidation during the Asian session, another consolidation during the early hours of the London session. Now notice the movement that comes in here. You have a massive move to the upside, you have a massive move to the downside. So during the London New York overlap, you had massive movement. So we can do this with, say, the S&P 500 as well. Just let's do S&P 500 real quick. We can use FXCM. Okay, so let's go to the most recent price action. So you're looking at this period again, say the Asian session. You have this period of consolidation, early hours of the London session, period of consolidation. Now during the overlap period, you're having these massive movements to the upside. Now this can happen in either direction. It just depends on you. And again, this has nothing to do with the strategy. It's just understanding when price moves and periods where you're expecting massive movement in the market. And you can use this and combine it with your strategy, and you align yourself. Say you're looking for your entries during this period. So let's look at, say, another one. Now this happened during the Asian session. That is not of concern. Now this is another good one right here. So you have this period of consolidation right here, another slow movement, massive movement during the Asian session. During the London New York overlap. So this is what you're looking for. This is where you really want to pay attention to, the period where the London session and the New York session overlaps, because massive movements come in during this time. So London New York overlap is a period where you really want to pay attention to, especially if you're scalping. So if you're scalping, you want to go in, you want to go out. So if you're scalping during this period, it's going to be difficult for you because price is consolidating during this period. There's not a lot of movement that is coming in. Notice what happens during the London New York overlap. There is this massive move, and it goes again, like it continues during, say, the New York session. So let's see if we have another one. Do this real quick. All right, this is another one. This is a good one. So notice what happens during the Asian session. Again, you have this period of consolidation. So price is not moving. So imagine you go in, say you have an entry here. So you take an entry here, and price is consolidating, and you're just scalping. So it might be difficult for you. Early hours of the London session. So you're holding this during the Asian session. You're holding this during the early hours of the London session. And when you notice it, say during the London New York overlap, the movement comes in. So I think it's best for you to avoid these sessions and go, like, do your timing and try as much as possible to look for your entries during this London New York overlap. So now you can combine this with, say, another concept, which is just like the fundamentals, because price moves also because of the fundamentals. So fundamentals drive price movement. So when you look at fundamentals, this is the second concept we're looking at. So the first concept we looked at was just market sessions. The next thing you're looking at is, say, fundamentals. So fundamentals drive price action for me. So when you see prices, so when you see impulsive moves like this, and you go and look at your, say, your economic calendar, you should see, say, economic news events released during this period. So this move is not just a technical move, it has some data behind it as well. There's some fundamental news releases that helps movements like this. So I'm going to show you real quick. So when you look at this, So this day, this is say Wednesday. So this is Wednesday, the 10th of April 2024. So notice first, I'm using UTC plus 1. So when you go on your economic calendar real quick, I'll show you right here. So when you do your economic calendar, the first thing you want to do is change the time zone. So I'm going to switch my time zone from here. So again, I want to use something close to like your time zone. So let's say for those in Cameroon, I was born in Cameroon, so I'm going to do this. So if you're in Cameroon, you want to look for UTC plus 1, and the closest one you can have, so West Central African time. So you can do West Central African time. So this is going to align with what you're having on your trading view. So when you have this on your trading view, so you're looking at this period, the period of overlap. So that is 1 p.m. to say 4 p.m. where this massive moves come in. So you're looking at your economic calendar as well. So you're looking at those periods. So notice what happens. So you have 1:30, 3 p.m. So look at this high impact news event. So this high impact news events always get released during this period. So let's go say April the 10th, and let's look at April 10th. Where is it? So right here. So apply settings here. So notice what happened. So from 1:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. you had all these red events or high impact news events. So 1:30 p.m. you had this called CPI data that was being released. So when you look at your price, your chart on trading view, so you're looking for 1:30. So at 1:30, so this right here, so 1:30 starts at, so this right here is 120, and this is 125, and this is 1:30. So notice what happens at 1:30. You have this massive move to the downside. All right, so let's look for another one real quick. Okay, so we have two here, so I'm going to start with this one. So you had this period of consolidation during the Asian session, early hours of the London session consolidation as well, and then you have this movement coming in during the London New York overlap. And again, this is the period where you really want to focus on. So what day is this? So we have this on the 5th of April. So on the 5th of April, so let's go to the economic calendar real quick. So the economic calendar, let's look at this. So let's go back. So we have April 5th, and I'm just going to focus on the high impact news. So high impact news, apply. So notice what happens on April 5th. So April 5th, so from 1:30, you have employment change, unemployment rate, average hourly earnings. So you have all these high impact news events that get released around this period, and we're not talking about say the numbers. So we don't like, you're not focused on if it was a good news. So was it positive, was it negative? You're not focused on that. So you're just using this data to know when these economic events are going to be released, and then you combine this with say what you have on your chart. So 1:30, which is this period right here, 1:30 is this period right here, that is when the news was being released, and now you see this movement to the upside. So the fundamentals again is just guiding you, is telling you during this period of overlap there is this high impact news events that is usually released during this period. So when you combine these periods of where, like when you combine this period where you have the London traders and the New York traders, the overlap, you combine this with the fundamentals, it's going to give you this best spot. Like this is the time when you really want to be in the market. Now you can tweak this, you can combine this with your strategy. So whatsoever strategy you're using, just make sure your timing or when you're going into the market. So when you place the buy or you place a sell, it should be close to this period, especially if you're scalping, because you want to get in the market and then you go out real quick. So there's no time for you to waste. So let's see if there's another one. Now this happened during the New York session again. So let's go here. So forget what happened here. This is a good move, but I'm not really focused on that, because 8 or say 7 out of 10 times you have the consolidations that come in during the Asian session. The consolidations continue during the early hours of the London session, then you have this move. So this is what you're looking for. So let's investigate this real quick. So you're looking at this happened on the 4th of April, and again 1:30. So you have 1:30 right here, the move came in. So let's go to our economic calendar and see if there was any news event on that day. So you have this right here, 1:30 p.m. on the 4th of April. I think I'm correct. Hold on. So let's see. So this was on the 4th of April. Yeah, April the 4th, 1:30 again right here. So we'll look at this. So 1:30 p.m. you have this, you have unemployment claims. So it doesn't matter if, say, the news was a positive news or a negative news. The fact is, you have this news event around this time, it's going to fuel the move for you. So again, you can be like, say, you're a pure technical trader, and you probably don't even look at the fundamentals. But for somebody who looks at fundamentals, I'm just saying, you can combine this with the technicals, you can combine this with the market sessions, and it's going to be a game changer for you. So this happens a lot. This happens almost every time. This happens on any pair, and it overrides any strategy you're looking at, because it's talking about the timing where you think, okay, if I come in the market at this time, if I'm scalping, I want to go in at this point and then I want to go out. So you don't want to be in the market for long. You just want to be in the market for a brief period, and you want to see these impulsive moves. So if you start doing this, if you start aligning yourself with periods where you know price is going to move, say areas like this, during this London-New York overlap, it happens over and over again, it's going to be a game changer for you, and it's going to increase your profitability as well. So you see these periods right here, this is it. It happens over and over again. So you see consolidation, consolidation, massive movement. And you can backtest this. This is a good one as well. So the Asian session, you have this period of consolidation, early hours of London, consolidation. Now you have the massive move that is coming in during the London-New York overlap. So guys, you can do this on any pair. Go backtest this, pick your pairs and try and practice this. Now this can help you with your pair selection as well. So when you're doing the London-New York overlap, you want to focus on pairs that can be traded during these sessions. So you're looking at your major currency pairs. You're looking at Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, and stuff like that. You can do USD CAD as well. So let's do USD CAD real quick. So let's do USD CAD. All right, so this is Euro, this is USD CAD. So look at the same thing that is happening here. Again, it's very important. Notice what happens during the Asian session. You have this consolidation. Early hours of the London session, you have this consolidation again. Notice what happens during the overlap period. This is it, and this is happening today. So today is the 23rd of April 2024. So this is happening today. So if you was practicing this already and just using this concept, combining this concept with your strategy or with your entry technique, you could have a good entry here today. So this is USD CAD, and you can go back in time on, say, USD CAD. Just go back in time and look at this periods of, let's say, consolidations during the Asian session. So this is a good example as well. Consolidation, there's a move, but there's just like still consolidation. So you see the move here, but compare this consolidation or compare these moves during the Asian session and the early hours of the London session. Compare it to what happens during the London-New York overlap. So the London-New York overlap gives you these massive moves, and this is what you really want to pay attention to. This is the time you want to pay attention to price, and it's going to help you with your pair selection. It's going to help you with your timing. So when you know that London-New York overlap gives you these massive moves or these explosive moves in your scalping, you want to focus on pairs like Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CAD, USD JPY, US 30, NAS 100, the S&P 500. Focus on these pairs because these pairs are highly traded during this London session or the New York session, and when you combine it with the overlap period, it's a game changer. It can increase your timing, it can increase your profitability, it can increase, so it's going to help you a lot. So practice it, go test this out, and let me know using the comment section if this helps you. And if you found this interesting, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you during the next one. Bye for now.